So you made it through the first episode, Winter, A Year in the Life of Gilmore Girls. Congratulations. Just know that there is a lot more to come. So before I even begin talking about Winter or about anything, I just want to say a quick 3 things just quickly. So first of all, there will be a review on my channel for each individual episode. So you will have winter, spring, summer, and fall. So I will do 4 separate videos for all 4 of the seasons, and I will strictly only talk about those 4 seasons, and I will strictly only talk about those 4 episodes in each, review. So I'll talk about Winter in this one, obviously, like that. So rest assured that I will be reviewing each one, and if you want me to do a final wrap up of the whole thing, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do so. Number 2, obviously, do not watch any of these if you have not watched the episode unless you want to be spoiled. So obviously, I'm going to be spoiling the mess out of Winter, but I will not be spoiling spring and summer. I've already watched them, but you may have not, so I will be only talking about Winter in this video. So there will be lots of spoilers in each one of these reviews. I'll be talking about each episode just to throw that out there. Let's just get right on into it. Let's begin with Winter. So Winter was not my favorite of the 4 episodes, but it wasn't my least favorite. So we begin with Winter. I'd say Winter is more of a culmination of just, easing us back into this world of Stars Hollow. We can't just throw ourselves back in. We need to catch up with people. We need to see people again. Obviously, this is just a big game of catch-up, Winter is, and I think I did a good job at that, but I view Winter as an opening. You have to open up and you have to ease people back in, and I think it did it great, but, it's just, you have to ease your way back in. So I thought that's what Winter was, and I did enjoy it. Let's just catch up. So we have Lorelai still working at the inn, and the big thing is Rory has moved out of her Brooklyn apartment, and now she's kind of living this vagabond life. She has boxes at her mom, she has boxes at Lane, she has boxes at her grandparents, she has boxes everywhere. She's just, going with the flow wherever her writing takes her, and we're learning that her career is not ending up the way that she wanted to. She's not really exactly happy. Also with that, we have, Lorelai at the end. We realize that Suki's been gone for a couple years. She is working on a farm now. She is doing things. We all knew Suki would be in this revival, but I think we all kind of knew that she was not around. She's not going to be in every episode. She probably just had one scene. So, Winter was not the one. I didn't expect Winter to be the one that she was going to be in, but we learn, that the Dragonfly Inn's doing the same. The dinners aren't going so great. She's having a lot of, different chefs come in, trying things out. So this video is going to be all over the place. I just kind of try to go with the time flow, but just forgive me. Just trying to go with each scene and talking about it. Okay, so then we have Kirk. Kirk has facial hair. Kirk looks great. Kirk is my favorite townie. So Rory has a new boyfriend now named... So I forgot a huge thing. Rory has a boyfriend now named Paul, and he's just like, everyone forgets about Paul. Rory forgets about Paul, which, why you would have a boyfriend that you forget about constantly? Why would you have him? I felt like, what? Like, that was just so odd. I was like, Rory. But no, there's much more to come with Rory. Much more. But Paul, what? That was just a very bizarre thing. Sean Gunn is an amazing actor. I think he's just witty, and he's amazing as Kirk, and the whole fact of him making Uber up and having a pig with the name Petal is just, it's Kirk, and I think he really put himself right back in Kirk's role, and I didn't feel any sort of dynamic shift with Kirk. I felt it was just Kirk, and I'm just catching up with Kirk 10 years later, and he was just great. And we have the amazing Kelly Bishop, which, by the way, can I just say, I hope I look as good as Kelly Bishop when I get that age, because wow, that woman looks amazing, like flawless, beautiful, like she's amazing. And just so, with this whole Winter thing, we have a introduction of Richard Gilmore's death, which we all knew because the actor died, and it was very, very sad. Winter was a very sad episode just because we focused a lot on Richard's passing, and it was just sad, like I said. So we get to see a flashback of the funeral, which was very, very sad, especially when I saw the picture of Richard and Emily, and then he had his Chuck Berry album and his Leaf of Grass, and just the tears have already started flowing. I can't count how many times I've cried in this freaking revival. It's been a lot, guys. It's been a lot. Funeral was just so sad. And then Digger's at the funeral, and I was like, if anybody was here, I would not want Digger. Digger is one of my least favorite characters. Out of my top 2 least favorite characters, he's the second. I do not like Digger. He is the worst. I just, whatever. He was on the screen for like 2 minutes. I was like, could have been 2 minutes to somebody else because I don't like him, but oh well. I guess we'll give him that. Then we have the big painting scene where we see that, there's a huge painting. We learn that's a mistake. We all kind of saw that in the preview, so I'm not going to talk about that much. We have that whole fight between Lorelai and Emily, where Lorelai really doesn't have a really fond memory on the spot. She didn't think of a Richard, and that really hurt Emily. And, Emily doesn't, I think, understand that that Lorelai and Richard have had such a strained relationship, and it's just been very strained. So we have that. That's a big culmination leading up in this whole series of that whole funeral thing, which is very, very sad. And the fact that Lorelai said what she did, I was like, oh, I wish, hoping for so much more, but you can't force somebody to say something like that. That was just, that was a hard thing to watch, because I was just feeling all the cringe-worthy feelings during that. And I was like, ooh, this is not going so well. Let me fast forward to Paris, because Luke and Lorelai are thinking, or Lorelai mostly is thinking about maybe she wants to have a surrogate, maybe she wants to go to a fertility clinic, and Paris owns a fertility clinic, which I never would have guessed. I never would have thought Paris had been a fertility clinic. I always thought she was going to be this top-of-the-notch surgeon, and I'm not saying that owning a fertility clinic is bad, because I love her for that. Like, my love for Paris Geller is freaking real, but it's even realer now because she owns a fertility clinic, because I have been to those. I have to go to those because I have problems. So just seeing that, I was just like, oh, Paris. And she is just amazing. Paris Geller is just, oh, my everything. She is just amazing in this role. I'm sure she's great on How to Get Away with Murder. I don't watch that, sadly, but I know she's just amazing as Paris Geller, and the fact that she has these high-profile clients and she's trying to really sell them and like really make the surrogacy thing. And Luke's very unsure about it. He really doesn't want a kid, and I don't think even Lorelai, she just doesn't want. So about this whole freaking. So the whole Winter, like I said, just an introduction to Luke and Lorelai's, struggles that they've been having. And, I think one of them is Lorelai made me realize that she's been forcing a lot of decisions on Luke. Like, we're going to live in this house, and we're going to keep our family separate, and we're going to do this. And her realizing that maybe that she doesn't want to do that. And so she maybe thinks that Luke is missing out on things. So she maybe wants to have a kid because he may want a kid. And, Luke is struggling with things too. So we're really opening up a huge dynamic between Luke and Lorelai. We know they have had problems, as all couples do, really. So Winter is a great introduction. So yeah, they're thinking about having a baby. Luke is very unsure about it. I think Lorelai's very unsure about it well. And then we flash forward to Rory and Logan, which I was happy for like a minute or two. I'm not gonna lie to you, my inner fangirl screamed, because I am Team Logan. I am. But then we learned that they're having a Vegas relationship where, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So, when they're together, they're together. When they're not, they don't talk to each other about it. And I'm just like, didn't we try this once, guys, in college? Didn't work out so great? Didn't we do that? Yeah, we did. Yeah, I'm not happy. Like, all these years of growth with Logan just flew straight out the window. Like, they're gone. I was like, Logan, I did not like you at first, but then you made me love you. And now I'm like, I don't like you anymore. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, why? So we learned that they are in an open relationship, and yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that at all. But I still have hopes for Logan. Which I'll talk about more in future episodes. Stay tuned. But yeah, oh my goodness. And then we learn about Paris some more. We learn that Paris and Doyle have split, and they have 2 kids. And I'm like, Paris and Doyle split. They were perfect for each other. I'm so sad about that. But that Paris has kids. I never thought she would ever have kids, and she has 2 kids. Like, who would have thought that? Then, I'm sorry, I'm going all over the place. Well, then we have another scene where they're at Lane's house, and we get to see Lane and Hep Alien form together again. It was great, and let me just say, Zach's looking a little bit worse for the wear. Like, a lot of these people on this show, like, I'm like, have you aged at all? Like, what magical potion are you freaking drinking to look like that? Because let me score some of that, because I'm going to stockpile it up. But Zach did not have any of that magical potion. He aged, and that happens, but looking so great. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not, because I don't like Zach. Zach is my least favorite character on the show. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like Zach. But I'm not sorry, yeah, but I like the fact that Hep Alien was there, and they were great, and we got to see Steve and Quant, we got to see Lane's kids, and I thought they were great, and it was just a beautiful, like, reunion of Hep Alien, which we love. I love them. So I think that's all I wrote for Winter. Surprisingly, I didn't write too much more. I'd say Winter was pretty decent. If I can give it a rating out of 5, I get a 3.5 out of 5. It was pretty good. I feel like Winter was the, intro to everything. We have to set the stage up for a lot of things. We have to set up, Luke and Lorelai's, problems that they're going to have. We have to set up the stage for Emily becoming a widow, and she's never really had to do that before, obviously, because, half of her is gone. She's been married for 50 years. That's amazing, and that's a very long time, so she's got to learn how to do that. And we have Rory really struggling with her jobs, and obviously with her love life. Can't get that crap together, apparently. So we have all these things of not going as planned. Everybody's life is kind of just a big question mark with everything, especially Rory's. I say Rory's life is the ultimate question mark because she doesn't know what she's doing in her career, her love life, she's just not very certain about things, you know. In the end, we have Emily, you know, Lorelai trying to really persuade Emily to go see a therapist, and she agrees, and you're like, yay, they get to see a therapist. But then Emily, you know, kind of coerces Lorelai to go see a therapist with her, and then we're like, oh, ooh, this is going to be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So that's the end of winter. We have the, you know, going to the therapist thing in the next season, which is spring. And yeah, overall, like I said, I liked winter. I kind of wanted more from it. Big build up. You know, it has to build up all of these Stars Hollows things. But I will say, I love things like the Town Troubadour, Gypsy. We got to see Taylor. We got to see all of our old friends back again. And it was amazing. And I'm very, very happy that I think that this is staying true to the show. And of course, the filming's kind of different, the acting's kind of different because people have grown, sets have changed. Oh, but overall, they're keeping the heart of the show, and that's all you can really ask is when they keep the heart of the show, because Amy had very strong ideas of what the show should be, and so I trusted her completely, and I think she did an amazing job with Winter. Like I said, it's a setting up the stage for the play, you know? I feel like that's what Winter is really, but that's not to say I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it, but like I said, it's setting up the stage. So I've watched Winter. Let me know what you thought down below. Are you feeling some of the things I'm feeling? Are you feeling like it's a big intro? Are you kind of worried about Luke and Lorelai? Like, what is going on in your head? Please let me know. And be sure to check out my other videos because I will be filming hopefully all of them right now so I can give you all of my opinions. So let me know what you thought. Be sure to check out my other Gilmore Girls video, which I will leave in my outro, and cards up here and links down there below because you guys know I love some Gilmore Girls. It is like my lifeblood. Literally. It really is. So let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on Winter. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Now I'll see you in the next one. Bye.